Beneath the tranquil Australian outback lies an enigma shrouded in secrecy: Pine Gap. Nestled in the heart of the Red Centre, this seemingly innocuous facility is far from ordinary. Pine Gap, a name synonymous with intrigue and mystery, is a clandestine intelligence hub that sits quietly amidst the serene backdrop of an arid landscape. This top-secret installation, hidden away from prying eyes, is a joint operation between the United States and Australia. Its remote geographical location and unassuming appearance, however, belie the importance of its covert operations. With its antennas and radomes dotting the terrain, Pine Gap is more than just a fixture in the outback. It is a strategic piece in the global intelligence jigsaw. This facility, shrouded in an air of secrecy, has a story that is as compelling as it is cryptic. Now we decipher the clandestine operations and history of this mysterious installation. As we delve into the depths of Pine Gap, we begin with its inception. The year was 1966, a time when the world was held in the icy grip of the Cold War, a time of secrecy, espionage, and the looming threat of nuclear annihilation. It was in this tense climate that the United States and Australia, bound together by shared concerns and strategic interests, decided to establish what would become one of the most mysterious and controversial sites in the world: Pine Gap. Nestled in the arid heart of Australia's outback, Pine Gap was conceived as a ground station for satellites involved in the detection of nuclear weapons. The United States National Reconnaissance Office, the Central Intelligence Agency, and the Department of Defense were the main architects of this secretive project. The initial objective of Pine Gap was clear-cut, yet daunting. It was to serve as the eyes and ears of the West, scouring the world for any signs of nuclear activity. In essence, it was designed to be a high-tech tripwire, a silent guardian watching over a world teetering on the brink of destruction. The agreement between the United States and Australia that led to the creation of Pine Gap was shrouded in secrecy. It was a pact born of necessity, a testament to the gravity of the times. Australia offered not just an ideal geographical location, but also unwavering allegiance to the shared cause. In return, the US promised to share the invaluable intelligence gathered from this isolated outpost. This joint venture, however, was not without its controversies. From the outset, the establishment of a foreign intelligence facility on Australian soil raised eyebrows. Yet, the perceived necessity of Pine Gap in the face of the nuclear threat outweighed these concerns. Thus, the seed of Pine Gap was planted in the arid lands of the Aussie Outback, a seed that would grow into a sprawling, top-secret facility, shrouded in mystery and steeped in controversy, playing a pivotal role in global affairs for decades to come. As the world evolved, so did Pine Gap. Born in the throes of the Cold War, Pine Gap started as a ground station for American spy satellites, with a primary focus on monitoring Soviet missile developments. Its purpose was clear: to be the eyes and ears of the West, to keep an eye on the Soviet Union's nuclear arsenal, and to provide early warning of any potential threats. However, with the thawing of the Cold War, the role of Pine Gap evolved. No longer just a silent watcher of the skies, it began to delve into a broader spectrum of intelligence gathering. It started to analyze signals from foreign nations, intercepting communications, and even tracking the movement of people and goods. Pine Gap's reach was expanding, and it was becoming an integral part of the global intelligence community. The turn of the millennium brought with it the dawn of the digital age, and Pine Gap was quick to adapt. It started to play a crucial role in the world's most extensive surveillance programs, prying into the digital lives of people all around the globe. From intercepting emails and phone calls to tracking internet usage, Pine Gap was developing a new set of eyes, ones that could see beyond borders and into the personal lives of individuals. The importance of Pine Gap in the digital age cannot be understated. As our world becomes more connected, the need for intelligence gathering and surveillance becomes more pressing. And Pine Gap, with its extensive satellite operations and global reach, sits at the forefront of this digital revolution. But as Pine Gap's capabilities grew, so did its controversies. From allegations of privacy breaches to questions about its sovereignty, Pine Gap has often found itself at the center of debate. Yet despite these controversies, its significance in the world of intelligence cannot be denied. Pine Gap, once a silent watcher of the skies, has now become an all-seeing eye. Like any enigma, Pine Gap is not without its share of controversies. In the heart of Australia, Pine Gap has been the subject of numerous disputes and protests. From environmental activists to peace campaigners, many have questioned the facility's operations and its impact on global peace and security. The facility, shrouded in secrecy, has been the backdrop for several demonstrations, with protesters calling for more transparency and less military involvement. Adding fuel to the fire are allegations of espionage. Speculations have been rife that Pine Gap is more than just a satellite tracking station. Critics argue it's a hub for American spying operations, with its vast array of radars and antennas capable of intercepting communications from around the globe. These accusations, however, remain unconfirmed due to the high level of secrecy surrounding the facility. One of the most contentious issues associated with Pine Gap is its alleged involvement in drone strikes. Reports suggest that the facility plays a key role in locating targets for the United States' controversial drone program. This has sparked fierce debates about the facility's complicity in potential war crimes and its compliance with international law. The secrecy surrounding Pine Gap's operations adds to the controversy. The facility operates under a cloak of silence, with little to no public oversight. This lack of transparency raises questions about accountability and the democratic control of such an important and potentially powerful facility. Concerns also extend to the facility's influence on Australia's foreign policy. Critics argue that the presence of Pine Gap could compromise Australia's independence, tying the country too closely to American military and intelligence operations. But despite these controversies, appeals for more transparency, and calls for its closure, Pine Gap remains an enigma. Its operations continue unabated, hidden from public view, and shielded by layers of secrecy. Amid the controversy, Pine Gap maintains its aloof silence. Its towering antennas continue to scan the skies, oblivious to the debates and protests that swirl around them. As we gaze into the future, what might be in store for Pine Gap? The world of intelligence is ever evolving, and Pine Gap is no exception. With the rapid pace of technological advancements, Pine Gap's role is expected to augment in the coming years. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and space-based technologies are on the brink of transforming the intelligence landscape, and Pine Gap is poised to be at the forefront of these changes. Consider the potential of AI in intelligence gathering and analysis. With its capacity to sift through vast amounts of data, AI could enhance Pine Gap's ability to detect and interpret signals, making it an even more potent tool for global surveillance. Then there's quantum computing, a technology that could revolutionize cryptography. If Pine Gap can harness this power, it could break codes that were once thought uncrackable, giving it an unparalleled edge in the intelligence game. Space-based technologies are another frontier. As nations venture further into the cosmos, space is becoming a new battleground for intelligence. With its satellite capabilities, Pine Gap could play a pivotal role in this new arena, monitoring activities and communication in the celestial sphere. But it's not just about the tech. Geopolitical changes also influence Pine Gap's future. As tensions simmer in the Asia-Pacific region, Pine Gap's strategic location could make it even more critical. It's perfectly placed to keep an eye on the rising powers in the East, and as alliances shift and new threats emerge, Pine Gap's role in maintaining balance and security could become increasingly important. However, these developments aren't without their challenges. Cybersecurity threats, privacy concerns, and the question of accountability in this digital age are hurdles Pine Gap will have to navigate. As it steps into the future, it must do so with caution, balancing its pursuit of technological prowess with ethical considerations and the need for transparency. Pine Gap, a silent sentinel in the Outback, continues to be a vital cog in the wheel of global intelligence. As we draw the curtains on Pine Gap, let's recap the key points. This installation, shrouded in mystery, has been integral to global surveillance since its inception in the mid-20th century. Its evolution has been marked by technological advancements, making it one of the most sophisticated intelligence facilities worldwide. However, its existence hasn't been without controversy. Pine Gap's role in international espionage and its potential involvement in drone strikes have raised numerous ethical and legal questions. Looking to the future, the facility's importance is unlikely to wane. With technological leaps and bounds, Pine Gap's capabilities are set to expand, further deepening the intrigue surrounding it. Yet, despite all we've discussed, the true nature of Pine Gap remains largely unknown. It stands as a monument to the power and mystery of intelligence operations. As we step out of the shadows of Pine Gap, we leave you with more questions than answers. Such is the nature of this enigmatic installation.